Hello, it's story time again, and today we have a very interesting story about intelligence. In a city far, far away, there once lived a very poor man, but a poor man who was very intelligent. This man was called Albatross. Albatross was fond of making fun of people, and especially the rich. This included the king. And so the rich people of the city didn't like Albatross so much. But the poor folks, he was their darling because he was fond of giving them stories and making them laugh all the time. So the rich folks in the city went and talked to the king and told the king, Your Majesty, you know that Albatross is fond of making fun of us and making us look very stupid before the folks. How about finding a way of punishing him? Punishing him even with death. And that sounded very nice to the king because he was also a victim of Albatross jokes and other ways that Albatross used to make people laugh with making them look stupid. So the following day, Albatross was summoned to the palace by the king, of course, and Albatross obliged and presented himself before the king. When he arrived, the plan was all set, and the king said to Albatross, Albatross, I hear you're very intelligent, and everyone knows that. And so I want to give you a task that I am very sure you're going to execute excellently. I want you to build me a palace in the sky. Yes, in the sky. And you have 3 days to execute that. Failure to which, Albatross, I will have you executed. Yes, Your Majesty, replied Albatross, and left the king's palace immediately. That evening, Albatross didn't sleep pretty because he was thinking of a way he was going to please the king and save his life. So he thought and thought and thought, and finally he came up with a very brilliant plan. Early the following morning, Albatross was up with his tools. He prepared a very big kite to which he tied 2 things. 1, a bell, and 2, a very strong and long string. So after the kite was ready, Albatross released it to the wind, and it flew high up in the sky. But he was careful to tie the long string to a tree in his compound. And so, high as the kite went, it could not fly off. And as it flew high above the skies in the city, it rang a bell. And everyone in the city was marveling at this strange thing up in the sky that had a sound to it. So, having achieved that, Albatross went to the palace and greeted the king with a smile. Good day, Your Majesty. I have come to announce that the workers on your palace, he pointed up in the sky to the kite, they want to roof your palace, but unfortunately they have ran out of material. they would like some timber to prepare the roof. So if you don't mind, kindly send your soldiers to come and deliver the wood. And so the king obliged and told Albadras, oh yes, immediately. He summoned his king, he summoned his soldiers and ordered them to carry wood sufficient as per Albadras's instructions and follow Albadras. But the soldiers were asking, how will we deliver this wood to the workers in the sky? Albadras told them, don't you worry, I have a way all the way to the sky. And so the soldiers, after Albadras with heavy wood, followed. On reaching Albadras' compound, Albadras told them, yeah, here we are. Now, you see that string that is tied to that tree? That is the route to the sky where you will deliver the wood. And so one after the other, the soldiers tried and tried to make their way up the sky with the string. But at every effort, they failed. Another effort, they failed. And another, and another, and another, until they were very tired. And so they carried all the wood back to the palace and told the king, excuse us, your majesty, it looks like it's impossible to deliver this wood in the sky. Oh yeah, it's practically impossible. And so the king said, I also thought so. And so that is where Albadras came in and asked, your majesty, how did you expect me to construct a palace up there in the sky if your soldiers cannot deliver wood there up? The king was embarrassed and said, oh yeah, I think that was impossible. And so Albadras walked away with a smile and saying to himself, that was close, but I will be careful next time about who I make fun of. End of our story.